Hello, hello. Welcome to Wednesday's Power 30. Excited to be popping back on. It's amazing how fast these weeks go. I feel like I was just on here. Um, but excited to share with you guys. Send out a text message to your teams. Let them know Power 30 is on. We're going to go ahead and get started. So today, I'm going to be talking about, I've got some notes here to keep me on track, but I'm going to be talking about something that I came across while I was looking for YouTubes, like just for myself. So this is definitely something that resonates with me. So I'm hoping that it resonates with some of you guys. And I think there's a couple eye-opening things. I know for me, there's a couple that I was very convicted about. I was like, oh. So we're going to be talking about the attributes of a leader, and what some of them look like. And I want you just to kind of like sit in some of them and be like, okay, like for real, like real deal, where am I in all of this? So there's a couple things that we do um in this business. The first thing is sell. Okay, we sell product. It is what it is. I know a lot of times we like to say we're sharing things, which we are. That's how we are selling. We are sharing experiences of our own, of our friends, but when it comes down to it, we are selling a product, right? Number two is going to be recruit. That's what you do in this business, right? You have to recruit to be successful. It's just what it is. Number three, duplicate. And number four is lead. Okay. So the first two, sell and recruit, require zero leadership. You don't need leadership to sell anything. You don't need leadership to recruit people. You can just go out and do it. Once you get to three and four, duplicate and lead, it is going to require leadership to teach people how to duplicate, or for you to duplicate and then make sure that is a system that is duplicatable, and to teach other people how to do it and how to lead those people. If you have two groups of 100 people and one group has a leader and one group doesn't, which group do you think is going to thrive and be more successful? The group that has the leader. So the first two, sell and recruit, you don't need leadership skills. Duplicate and lead, you're going to need leadership skills to get through them. And we're going to talk about, according to Eric Worre, what are the top 5 attributes that a leader needs to have to be a successful leader, to create that impact that we want, and to build the businesses that we want. Okay. First one is leaders are independent. Okay. They are not needy. How many times do we have, people on our team that every little question, every little thing, it's in the chat? Where do I find this? How do I find that? What do I find this? And a lot of times, Mama Muller is really good for check the help center, check the help center. Everything is available to us. It doesn't matter where you come into Plexus. We all have the same help center. We all have the same customer service phone number. We all have the things that we need to find the answers. Now, are our chats great resources to get help, opinions, suggestions? Yes, of course. We love utilizing our community chats. However, leaders will tend to be more self-sufficient, not need. Oh, sorry, Kristen, I just hit unmute. Not needy. They are independent. Okay. It doesn't mean that you're not going to work with them. It doesn't mean that you're just going to ignore them. They're going to do everything by themselves. They're just not that needy person. They're willing to figure it out, boots on the ground, put their head down, find the answers. Number 2 is problem solvers. How many times have we heard like bigger problems equals bigger paychecks, right? We can even see that in the CEO world, right? People that have to handle bigger problems tend to get paid more, right? And it's true. The bigger the problems that you handle and you solve, the more money you're going to make. And you will see as you come up into leadership and into that role of leadership, you're going to have more problems to solve, bigger problems to solve. Solving problems is not passing the buck, right? Oh, problem. Let me call Megan. Here, Megan, this is the problem that we have. Can you figure that? That's not problem solving. Oh, hey, Cheryl. Hey, Alita, we've got this problem. Could you handle this for us? Or hey, passing it down to your downline. Oh, this is a problem. Could you go fix that? Leadership is not finding someone else to solve the problem. It is solving the problem yourself and doing it quickly. Passing it on is not solving it. That's just passing the buck, right? So effective leaders are independent and they problem solve. Okay. I think we all know in our life, does everybody on here know a really good problem solver? You're like, man, they just always my husband is a very, very good problem solver. I mean, he has to be at work, but he also is at home, which can tend to be a little annoying because sometimes you just want to like sit in the problem and I just want to complain about the problem. And the first words out of his mouth is like, a solution. And I'm like, he's like, do you want a solution or do you just want to complain about it? Right. And I'm like, I mean, yeah, I guess, but he real quick yanks me out of that place of like, what are you doing? Like, make a decision right now. We're solving this, or like you're going to sit in and nothing's going to change, right? That's a leadership. That's leadership. Listen to the problem, figure it out, and then be very quick to solve it. So I want you guys to think like right now, if you can drop it in the chat, I think it would be a little fun exercise. On a scale of 1 to 10, how independent are you? How independent are you in your Plexus business? Are you 1 and you're like super needy and you're like, I'm probably that person that does not try to find the answer first? Or are you a 10 and you're like, I absolutely will I will knock down every door to find the answers to my questions before I go ask for help? What are we? We can drop it in the chat. 7, 8, 8, 8, 9, 7-ish. Okay, I like it. I like it. I like it. 9. Awesome. Good answers, guys. Yeah. And listen, you want to be independent. And here's the thing, y'all. Okay, let's see. We got Ian, Michael. Okay, Mary, Ian, Michael, Emily, Jennifer, and Lisa all answered. Now, what kind of leaders do you want to have? And this is something that I struggled with a couple years ago, and Megan had to like bring it to light. You can, yes, the same type. But here's the catch. We all want leaders that are just going to do their thing, right? Like, I don't want to have to help you find every single answer. Okay. So 1, you have to create that environment. You cannot run and give answers every time some of your people are like, hey, it's the 18th of the month and somebody messaged in the chat, what's this promotions for the month? What? It's the 18th. What? Right? Go to the help center. Like, go find out, right? Or somebody asks, what's something, a question we get all the time, like, I don't even know, whatever. But we are very quick to give answers because why? We think it's easier. We're like, if I just do it myself, if I just give them the answer, like, we'll just be done and we can move on, right? But you are enabling them to not be independent, right? And sometimes, I mean, I've had Cheryl tell me, like, go check the help center. And I'm like, that's not the answer that I wanted. I just wanted the answer, right? And it's just like, sometimes it's for the sake of time. And it's just like, I know she knows, right? But she is creating an independent leader. You don't want to enable them to come to you. But here's the thing that I dealt with a couple years ago, and Megan had to like really bring it to me, which obviously it was a couple years ago and it's stuck. Okay. You can't have control and freedom. She's like, you like that they're coming and asking you. You like that they're coming and you can solve that problem. I can answer that question. But at the same time, I'm like, why does everybody need me every 5 seconds? And she's like, you have created that environment. I'm like, that one stings because I'll be like, I don't want control. I don't want them to ask me every 5 minutes. Like, go do the things. But she's like, but do you feel that way? Or would you rather keep your thumb on it and know, like, I have the answers. I can do it myself. I can do it better. Like, not necessarily better, but I know it'll get done the right way, right? Like, what can't have both? And I was like, and that was a couple years ago. And I still think that when somebody sends me a message, I still hear Megan, like, you can have control or you can have freedom, but you cannot have both. So I want you guys to kind of think about that. Like, okay, you have your number on how independent you are as a leader. What kind of leaders are you developing? What are you encouraging? Are you enabling or are you empowering? Okay, next one, consistency. Okay, this is a huge one. Consistency. Great leaders show up consistently. They have a baseline of consistency. And we talk about this all the time, right? Like, Make sure you set your amount of work that when you go to bed, you feel good about it. This is not, and here's the thing, you have to set that baseline on a good day. On a productive day, what is your baseline of consistency? Now, spikes are going to happen, right? Rank ups, promotions, sales, whatever, spikes happen. You work more some days than others, but there's always that baseline of what is acceptable by you in your best self. Not a lull day where you're like, that was enough for today. No, your best self will accept this as a consistent baseline every single day. Now, here's where I got my shirt wrinkled. But wait, I'm going on a cruise with my family the second week of September. How do I remain consistent? Do you know what he said? He said, you buy the Wi-Fi package, and while your family's sleeping, or they're eating, or your kids are on their excursion, you show up. I felt it to my core, you guys. Okay. And I'm typically like a no excuses person, and I'm typically a pretty good problem solver, but I think I'd have been like, I'm on a boat in the middle of the water. I'm going to have to take off for the week. Right. I'm like, dang. And he's like, and I know this is Eric Worre. Don't shoot the messenger. This is Eric Worre's words. He's like, I know that you're going to be like, but it's my family time. He said, this has nothing to do with family time. Let's be honest. This has everything to do with you wanting to just unplug and enjoy your vacation. Are you at that point in your business where you can unplug and enjoy your vacation? I was like, come on. Oh my gosh. It's about family time. Is it family time when everybody's still sleeping 30 minutes before they're going to get up and you're working? Is that really interfering with family time? Because I know me, I've got a 7-month-old, okay, that is not that great of a sleeper, okay? I know that like sleeping time has nothing to do with my family, has everything to do with me. Okay, like let's be honest. Sleeping is not family time. So what's our next excuse? We're on the cruise. How do I remain consistent? And here's the thing. The people on your team are going to show up for a consistent person. Okay. I know I look at my leaders. Okay. And I'll use leaders loosely just because of this topic. And they'll complain about people aren't doing things. What's my first thought? What are you doing? Where are you at? What's your IPA look like? Are you showing up? People show up for consistent people. So if your team, you're going to check out because you're on a cruise, okay? There's lack of consistency. Consistency in an effective leader has a baseline that never changes. Never changes. I'm trying to think, who is the guy? I'm having a massive brain block on his name. Anyway, it does not matter where he is in the world. He travels as a speaker. Oh my gosh, we listen to, anyway, it'll come to me. It doesn't matter where he is, okay? He will get up at 3 a.m. to do his workout. It doesn't matter if he has changed time zones 10 million times. If it's 3 a.m. in Europe, he's getting up and working out. His schedule never changes. It doesn't matter what time zone he's in. That is a level of consistency that I don't think I have. Right? Like, it doesn't matter where you are. It doesn't matter what you're doing. It doesn't matter how many times he has to speak. It doesn't matter what his schedule is for the day. It doesn't matter if his wife's traveling with him or not. He sticks to the same schedule all the time. And guess what? When he gets back home, nothing's changed. He's on the same schedule. Nothing changed. He doesn't have to get back into, like, we just got back from vacation yesterday. So then of course I go into this whole like crazy thing where my whole house needs to be cleaned for some reason. I don't quite understand that, but I'm like, I got to get back into the swing of things. Like, why? Why? Right? So are you consistent? Like, is there a baseline of consistency that is acceptable or not? I'm going to tell you right now, my baseline moves way too much. Honest. Oh, I'm raising my hand now. Moves way too much. I know it does. And like, just when I start to think like I'm being consistent, like, and I'm like, oh, well, no. This man's on a cruise. He buys the Wi-Fi package. Y'all, I get on a plane. I won't even buy the Wi-Fi on a plane because I'm too cheap. I'm like, I don't need that. I'll be fine. I'll read a book and then I fall asleep. He's a problem solver. Okay. He is the problem solver. Quickly. I'm on a cruise. What am I going to do? Buy the Wi-Fi package, of course. He's like, the average person gains a pound on the cruise. If you miss lunch with your family, it's going to be okay. He was like, you're going to eat plenty. Just sit out for the ice cream date. Hey guys, I got 30 minutes. I'm going to get it done. Right? But what's the other part of that? It's also educating our family and making them understand that this is the baseline. No excuses. This is it all the time. If we give, if I give, if you give on that baseline, they're going to be like, well, you didn't do it yesterday. Well, when we went away last time, it was okay. Right? That baseline is the consistency. So, number 4, big vision. Okay. Big vision. Effective leaders, an attribute of effective leaders is having big vision, knowing where you're going. And is it worth it? That's what people are looking for. Where are you going? And is it worth me giving up an hour of my day to get to that place, to build that thing, to have my own business? Is this worth it to me? What is the vision? And it's not just the company's vision. It's not just Plexus' vision for what's coming. It's your vision. What is your big vision in this? What is your goals? Casting vision that people can see that it is possible. Are you good at that? Are you good at casting vision for other people that know nothing about network marketing, nothing about Plexus? They have no idea what this is. Like, why would I do this? Why are you doing this? Why are you slinging slim on Facebook? Like, I don't understand. They don't get it. And I'm gonna share this story. This just happened to us. If you saw my post about Emmett winning did anybody see my post about Emmett winning a Phillies jersey out of the claw machine down in Wildwood? Okay. So, you know, you are brainwashed by personal growth and network marketing when it starts coming out at you at a claw machine. That's just what I got to say. Okay. So we're at the claw machine. There's all these Phillies jerseys in the machine, right? So it's my mom, my aunt, and my 3 kids. So we're like, oh my gosh, that would be we were on like a game streak in Wildwood, whatever. This would be so much fun. So there's a group of people at one, there's 2 at one, and they've been they're trying, and they're all like, oh yeah, go, yeah. And it picks it up and it drops it and it picks it up. And I'm like, you got to get this thing on there. Perfect. Like, it's going to cup this jersey all the way across. So we're playing, and it's $1 a try, or I don't even know what it was. So the lady next to us gets one. I'm like, no way. So I look at my kids and I'm like, do you know what that means? And they're like, what? I'm like, it is possible. It is possible. And we are not leaving until we get one of these suckers, right? So my aunt's like, I know, we just watched her do it. I'm like, so it can happen. It can happen. We are not leaving this machine, right? So my aunt was playing, and I don't know how many times she was trying. And I was like, all right, I've got 3 kids. I've got $3. Everybody is taking their chance because this is possible. I just watched that lady get that thing out and put that jersey on and take a picture of herself. So Millicent goes, and like, sweetest little thing, gets it, and like half the claws in the box, like the drop box. So like it doesn't even go all the way down. I'm like, there's $1. There we go. So Emmett's, he's 4, gets the thing, goes over, pushes that darn button, and doesn't it pick up that stinking jersey? Dangling it all the way. I'm like, ugh. All the way over on top of the box, and it stops. It doesn't open the claw. It's just holding the jersey over top of the drop box. And I'm like, I'm gonna have to beat this machine. I'm like, Mom, go get somebody fast. And I tell my aunt, like, would you take a picture of this? Take a picture so they know that we actually want, because if it just takes off with mind of its own and drops the thing back in the box, I'm gonna lose it. Right. So long story short, we get the jersey, whatever. But y'all, that was that moment. I literally thought, like, Plexus has ruined my brain. I'm like, it's possible. I saw her do it. I saw her put it on and take a picture in that jersey. It can be done. Okay, so now y'all, we won 2, okay, I'm counting me with a lady, 2 jerseys in like under 25 minutes out of a claw machine. There was 3 jerseys on each side. It's not like it was full. Okay, so to me, I'm like, I saw it happen. Like, I was just, I'm like, people ever actually win that stuff? Like, can you actually get them out of there? Like, really? So anyway, moral of that is big vision, and communicate that to people. Let them know what you've done. Let them know where you're going. And you're like, I'm going because she did it. I'm going because I saw him go. So you can try, put your dollar in. Like, let's go. People will join for your vision over product and comp plan every day. We always say they're not buying products, they're buying you. They will buy into your vision before products and comp plan every day of the week. So that is something we all need to work on. How are we communicating our vision to the people around us? Are they confused? Are they not sure? They don't understand. And if we were a little bit more specific and we were a little bit better at communicating the vision, would they get it? All right, number 5, leaders create results. Okay, leaders show up, others take action. How many times do you have somebody just come out of the woodwork on your team? They start doing all the things, right? And your leader will call you and be like, what is happening over there? What are you doing? This is crazy. And you're like, I don't know. But if you actually sit back and look, when leaders show up, people do stuff. When leaders show up, people that weren't doing anything, weren't going to go to the events, weren't hosting events, weren't posting, all of a sudden they start doing things. You're like, I don't know. They just started. No, the leader showed up. The leader set the pace. The leaders cast the vision. They start doing things. So I'll ask you, same thing I asked myself, same thing I asked my lead. What are you doing? Are you showing up as the leader? Or are you sitting around like, what is everybody doing? Where is everybody? Everyone's on summer break. Because here's the deal. Whether it be the current people you have, the past people you've had, or new people showing up, at least one group of them will always be there if you are showing up as the leader. If it's not the past people, you're showing up, you're going to be getting new people. So 4 things. Let's recap. Leaders are independent. Leaders are problem solvers, and they solve them quickly. They are consistent with a baseline made on a good day, right? By the Wi-Fi on the cruise. 4th is your big vision. How are you casting that? Are you showing other people that it is possible? Are you showing them why it's worth it? Are you showing them where you're going? And number 5 is leaders will create results. Showing up and stepping in will make results happen on your team. So I hope that was enjoyable and educational. And I hope we all just step up our leadership and bust open our leadership lids, and really just help our teams grow. So have a wonderful Wednesday, guys.